and bad. Anything that makes other people feel sad. Anything that can make me get mad. Oh, I love garbage.
Otto? Respecto noticed you seem to be crying. Is something wrong?
Well, of course something's wrong. You don't think I usually shed tears of happiness, do you?
Probably not.
Although, to be fair, if I was happy, it would probably make me cry too, because it would make me miserable!
But Respecto thought friend Otto liked being miserable.
That's true. Being miserable makes me happy, but being happy makes me miserable. It's a vicious cycle.
So, what's making Otto sad right now?
You mean besides you being here?
Right.
It's garbage day.
But Respecto thought Otto liked Garbage Day. That's the day when everyone brings out their garbage to you.
Right, but it's also the day the garbage truck comes and takes away all my old garbage. What a mix of emotions.
So, friend Otto, happy about new garbage, but sad about old?
It's quite the conundrum.
Respecto understand. Respecto's sad and happy too.
Not that I care, but what do you have to be sad about?
Respecto's mom is getting Respecto a new radio-controlled car.
Oh, yeah. I can see how that could just make you miserable.
No! Respecto's sad because in order to have room for the new radio-controlled car, he has to throw away his old, non-radio-controlled, broken car to make room for it in his toy box. Respecto has a hard time getting rid of his old stuff.
Tell me about it. Wait, no, that's just a figure of speech.
Respecto happy to tell Otto about it. Yay!
No! Me and my big mouth.
Respecto have great toy car for a long time. He push it across the floor and make engine noises like this.
I can't believe this.
But one day it break. The wheel fell off, and when Respecto tried to fix it with a hammer, the whole back end smashed to pieces!
Wait, you tried to fix your toy car with a hammer? Maybe there's hope for this kid after all.
Respecto's mom says that she will get Respecto a new toy car, an even nicer one that is radio controlled and drives around and make noises all on its own. But first, Respecto has to get rid of his old broken car. Even though it doesn't work, Respecto still doesn't like to get rid of it. He's had it for a long time. But Respecto knows that new car is going to be way better and not broken. So he has to let the old one go.
That doesn't sound bad to me.
Why not?
Because you're throwing it away, which means I get a new car. And I didn't even have to go on Oprah.
But Otto's garbage can is pretty full. He'll only have room for it if he gets rid of all of his old garbage.
Oh my goodness. The kid actually has a point.
Oh, hey guys, what you talking about?
Nope, no room. I haven't gotten rid of Respecto yet, so there's no room for a Pastor Pat. How come there can't be a truck that comes and takes them away?
Friend Otto and Respecto were just talking about how it can be hard to get rid of old stuff. But if we want new and better things in life, we have to first let the old garbage go away.
Hey, that is actually a pretty good lesson. We've been reading in 1 Samuel lately, and it goes along really well with what happens in chapter 16, verse 1. God had just had Samuel tell Saul that he was removing him as king because of his disobedience. But that message made Samuel's sad, and he mourned. But then we read, the Lord said to Samuel, "How long will you mourn for Saul, since I have rejected him as king over Israel? Fill your horn with oil and be on your way. I am sending you to Jesse of Bethlehem. I have chosen one of his sons to be king." God basically told Samuel not to mourn what he had removed, and that the old had to go in order to make way for the new. That's a very important thing to know, especially considering what today is.
Why? What's today?
It's Sunday, which means base camp, which means Bible lesson, which means Pastor Pat will somehow find some way to cram a message into whatever it is that we're doing.
Well, kind of. But it's also Palm Sunday, the day that we remember when Jesus rode triumphantly into Jerusalem.
Tri-umpire-ly?
Try annoyingly.
Triumphantly. That means that Jesus came into Jerusalem and everyone was celebrating him. Well, almost everyone. It's called Palm Sunday because people cut down palm branches and they waved them and threw them in front of Jesus, rejoicing that he was coming into Jerusalem. They were excited that God's king was riding into town. Although the religious leaders didn't like it because they were afraid that Jesus' followers would knock them out of power. But they were all of them confused.
Talk about confused. Why did you say that last line like that?
It's a Lord of the Rings reference. 2 of our viewers will probably get it.
Oh, so you've doubled your viewership? Ha!
Never mind that. Respecto wants to know why they were all confused. Weren't most of them happy to see Jesus and praising him?
Yes, they were. But whether excited about him coming or not, they were missing out. And all because they were still holding on to their old stuff.
Like what?
Well, the people who weren't happy to see Jesus were still trying to hold on to their old lives where they were the bosses.
Okay, so that one is obvious. But what did his throngs of adoring fans get wrong?
They thought that Jesus was a king, but they thought he was a king like all the other kings. He would fight to kick the Roman occupiers out and set up a new kingdom of Israel, one where they weren't ruled by some other country. That was their old way of thinking, but it had to go because God had something new that he was doing.
But isn't Jesus king?
Yes, he is, but not the way that they thought and wanted him to be. God had sent Jesus to set up God's kingdom, to set them free, not from the Romans, but from sin. And it's a kingdom of life and of the heart. But in order to enter that kingdom, you have to let go of the old one. The idea of living for things here on earth, those things, they don't last anyway.
Respecto's toy car proves that. It's broken.
Right. And so was the idea of an earthly kingdom. Earthly kingdoms are always fighting each other and rising and falling, but God's kingdom will never end. But letting go of what we've always known and treasured, well, that can be hard.
Tell me about it. Wait, no! Ugh! I can't believe I said that again. I've got to get me some new figures of speech.
But first, you've got to get rid of your old ones. Just like we've got to let go of our old lives and ideas and embrace the new life given to us through Jesus. A new life that never ends.
That sounds way better than our old lives and old way of doing things. Just like Respecto's new radio-controlled car will be better than his broken and smashed old toy car.
Broken and smashed?
You know what they say. Give Respecto a hammer, and the world becomes a nail. It's actually one of his finer features.
Okay. Anyway, Respecto, I actually came out here because your mom was looking for you. She was wondering if you were ready to throw it away yet. I'm guessing that she means your old toy car?
Respecto's ready! He wants wants a new and better one. And that goes for a new life with Jesus, too. Respecto wants to live Jesus' way and not the old way.
That's a good decision. And Otto?
What? Fine. I guess I'll let my old garbage go. That way I can get some new garbage. Ha!
Well, I guess I shouldn't be surprised that you don't take this any further than garbage. But I hope someday you'll let God take your life garbage away too.
That would take a pretty big truck.
Don't worry. I think that he can handle it.
Well, that's about as much of you two as I can handle. Isn't his mom looking for him?
When you're right, you're right. Respecto, why don't you head inside while I wrap this up out here?
Okie dokie. Bye.
Wait, what do you mean, wrap this up out here? Why can't you go and wrap it up inside?
Well, that's my old way of wrapping base camp up. With all this talk about getting rid of the old to make room for the new, I figured I'd start something new and do all the base camp programs from right out here.
What? No! This space is for garbage only. And as much as I trash your show, garbage, it ain't.
Fine, I won't do all my programs out here from now on. Just today's.
When is that garbage truck coming? I've got something big I want it to take away.
I'm Pastor Pat with Base Camp, a ministry of Summit Church in beautiful Bozeman, Montana. We'd love to have you join us every Sunday. We meet at 10 o'clock. You can also keep joining us online. Our website is summitchurchmt.com, and you can find us on Facebook and YouTube by searching Summit Church MT. Our children's ministry Facebook page is Base Camp Kids Min. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. It can be hard to let go of our old lives, but God has something better in store. Let's embrace what He wants to do. I'll see you again next time. Bye!
Vroom, vroom, vroomity, vroom, vroom. Otto at the wheel. Broken or not, this is one great car Respecto gave me. And at least they let me drive this one. They never let me drive the garbage truck or even the bus. All this driving makes me hungry though. I wonder if anyone threw away a hot dog.